feel like you're uncomfortable with the headphones on.
No, it's more that I feel like I'm sitting in the middle seat in somebody's car right now.
Dude, I don't want you to feel uncomfortable.
No, you just got the biggest, fattest guy sitting in the middle. I usually get front seat in this situation.
I felt like it would be, it's not an ideal.
Yeah, we can't even have a female guest on the show.
It definitely looks like we're going to attack.
I think that's all you can have.
No, we'll be on The View. They'll be like, look at their posture. Do you see how his shoulder is like we ever pinned in?
It's very predatorial.
Yeah, it's not acceptable.
Well, in my mind, I was trying to plan out how we were going to sit because this is the first time we've had another guest on, and I was like, oh, how are we going to have Ray sit? Will he sit between us? Will he sit on the edge and we stare at him? But I figure, you're going to be, you're the guest.
Oh, well, thank you.
I think we got to get like a table. We'll figure it more like a desk setup, like what are those shows? The hip hop shows. They got their two. Sometimes they're on either side, but it's at a desk format, not a couch. Something about the couch.
What are you, 90 years old? What do you mean hip hop shows?
They interview people.
I love that you're treating me like a king, sitting in the middle, the biggest guy, in between two cushions. I got to hold the microphone myself. I am really getting the fucking guest treatment here. This is great.
We only the best for our guests is what we say, which is technically you are our first guest. So
yes, welcome to the show.
We actually talked about, hold on, Mike had homework last week where I always introduce the show, but I always do a bad job. So Mike's job this week was to be ready to introduce the show. So are you ready to go?
No, you didn't tell me that. What is this? I didn't get any homework.
We talked about it last week because you kept fucking it up and you were like, I'll do it next week. I'll be so ready for it.
What was your original intro to the show?
Okay, so I'll do that. I go, hey, everyone. It's already
do you
so
really
fucking weird. No. I go, I don't know. I go,
do you really turn into Chuck Woolery?
I go, should we turn it on? I go, hey, welcome to episode 18 of the Sea Otter Town Hall podcast. I am Dylan Krasinski here with Mike Kerrigan and our guest today, Ray B. Killingham. Ray Zawodni, everybody. New York City comedian, very funny guy, and my best friend. How was that intro?
That's how Dylan drops like major life things like on the show with high pressure. The best friend, the thing you just said. You didn't tell me to get that. I would have had that down.
Yeah. I can't wait till you have one of your Hinge dates on here.
I mean, I thought about that. I was like,
trick them though. Like, hey, I forgot my coat. But then they come in and you like ambush them with this show.
They just walk in. It's just a bunch of guys standing around with filming equipment. Just video cameras, boom mics. They're like, what is going on? I'm like, welcome to the show.
Dating Dylan Krasinski, the show.
A very special guest, Melissa, my girlfriend. She's like, what? This is the first time we hung out, dude.
That's great.
Dude, I had an idea for doing a dating show podcast, and I texted an ex-girlfriend that. I was like, hey, do you think you would ever want to come on the podcast? And if I did this, someone who I'm like, I can talk to like that. And I was like, would you ever want to come on? And I thought it would be a good podcast idea. And she was like, are you insane? She's like, are you a lunatic? No, absolutely not. And I was like, okay, well, that's the end of that idea. There.
Lame. She should have came on, and if she had beef with you, she could just expose you. That should be the rule, though. You can't edit it out.
That's fair. Yeah,
right? Because then the women would come on.
That's true. Yeah.
I would love to see you just get abused by an ex-girlfriend on here.
Listen, it would not be fun. Well, it would just be like, why would you tell me you love me? And then be like, sorry, I can't hang out anymore. I just don't think it's not working.
Well, I just started working on my documentary. It's a follow-up to that Tinder swindler. It's called The Hinge Binge, the Dylan Krasinski story.
Yeah,
dude, it's not. I'm off it, baby.
Where I just follow him as he goes on 5 dates a week.
Serial dater Dylan Krasinski.
No, I gotta get. I'm off. I'm not on anymore. I'm done with it.
Really?
I mean, kind of. It's still active, but it's just too much. I mean, Ray knows it's too much money, too much time.
Oh yeah.
I
don't have any patience whatsoever.
Well, we've already talked about Mike. We talked about this last episode. We talked about it a lot, but Mike got kicked off of
banished from Hinge.
Why?
They don't tell you. Dude, it's like a whole mind game. Because when you say it out loud, like when a woman told me that she was banned, even though I'm banned, I was like, big red flag. There's a lot more to this story than let's on. And I'm even banned. They don't tell you. I wasn't even on it that much. I was off for like a year and a half, and I just come back to like, oh, I'll try it again. They're like, you've been banned. I'm like, banned? I went on like 2 dates.
Dude, he tried to hit them up too. You
Are
tried
they
to
rating
contact.
dates? No one told me you could rate dates afterwards.
You can say if like someone was like didn't look like their profile, there was like offensive behavior online or offline.
Wait, you can do that?
Yeah, you can like report people.
Dude, I had like one date. It went pretty well, and that was it. But maybe she didn't like it. I don't know.
I mean, it takes a lot to.
I think I went on 1 date, maybe 2.
The only people I've heard getting banned are the people who they'll do like people can get banned for doing like multiple dates. It's like date me and my friends. It's like, are you a group of 3? Because we're a group of 3. Like you should date all of us, and people get banned for that. Really? Which seems super fun.
I see a lot of that on Tinder though. That's fine in the Tinder world.
I like that Mike said, we went on 1 date. I thought it went pretty well. And he was like, I went on a pretty long 30-minute rant about Antifa. She seemed to be smiling. It was a half smile.
I wore a cashmere sweater. She made fun of my dress shoes or something, and she was wearing like the worst outfit. And I just had to bite. You know, as a guy, I just bit my tongue. I wanted to say something. I was like, "What is this? A fucking muumuu?" She had like this like uni thing on, and it looked horrible. She's a good-looking girl. I was like, "Why would you ever wear that on a first date?"
Was she taller than you?
Probably at least my height.
Okay,
Because I know I've ever gone on a date on one of those sites that's with a girl that's shorter than me. They're all taller.
Well, because you're how tall are you? 5'5"?
No, I'm not 5'5".
Jesus, Dylan.
I mean, who lowballs someone in my category of height? No, I'm 5'6", probably. I mean, with shoes on, I'm 5'7". But
yo, he got so pissed like it wasn't just a 1 inch off.
You got so angry.
dude, someone tried to say the other day I was 5'4". I'm like, dude, you think I'm 5'4"?
I'm the reason Dylan changed his height to what it really is on the dating app.
Yeah.
What is it? What is your height?
I mean, I'm 5'10", but realistically,
you're
okay,
not, though.
dude. Realistically, I'm 5'9" and like a half, 5'9" and 3/4. Artie would be like, dude, you're 5'8", bro. But he's not here, so I put 5'10". But then I got weird because like 2 dates in a row were like who were like 5'7". They were like, you're not 5'10", and I was like, fuck it. I got in my head, and I told Ray, and he was like, yeah, you're not 5'10". So I like had to change. I felt like I had to change it, but I changed it.
Yeah, set the expectation low.
Some people, dude. Some people will like they'll limit. Like some women will be like nobody below 5'10". So
That's fine by me. I could care less. I mean, I have Harvard on as where I went to school, which has caused a bunch of problems. I did it. I didn't take Tinder seriously. I must have done it like 3 years ago as a joke. And I never used it until I got banned from Hinge. And then I just popped on there. Forgot I wrote Harvard. I thought they'd see comedian. I don't know why. I was thinking like more of my friends would see it. They'd be like, dude, he wrote Harvard. That's so funny. Because it says comedian, then Harvard. But some girl was like real mad about that.
I will not swipe on a girl that has multiple photos of her in other countries.
Wow, that's going to
Really?
narrow you pretty much all the white girls I see on there.
I know. It's all of them. It's so annoying. I'm like, ugh.
What if it's what's that place in the Aztec world? They all have that picture there above
in
the
front of the TT what are they called?
Stonehenge?
That's in England.
Yeah, that's in England.
It's like the Aztec
Ireland.
Stonehenge.
Dude, that's Mike's people.
Clearly, I don't have any pictures of me in other countries because I haven't been
Stonehenge is
in.
in England, by the
Ray's
way.
like, I got pictures of me in front of this bridge in Pittsburgh and this other bridge in Pittsburgh.
And it's just this is me in front of the M&M store, Times Square.
I used to be a fan until they changed the green one's gender, and now I'm not. Ray is from Pittsburgh. How many of your uncles are like pissed that the green M&M is not sexy anymore?
Not at all. They're so out of the loop on anything you talk about.
They're like, in my mind, she'll always be sexy.
Their reason for it is always just like, dude, I fucking work 60 hours a week. Why do I care about M&Ms?
That's the attitude to have.
That's a normal attitude, really.
Yeah, that's real blue collar.
Like, how caught up in as a grown-up should you be with the M&M's scandal, right? Fucking screaming in the shower about a M&M's thing.
Tucker Carlson. It starts with M&Ms and it doesn't. Okay. Go until they hit Skittles.
It just doesn't either. Having a passionate opinion about what fucking the Mars Bars company or whatever the hell runs M&M does is the lamest take ever.
Yeah, well, that cuts a whole segment because I was really gonna dig into how much I cared about these M&M guys and the money that they're making, and it's really just taking it out of the pockets of good, hardworking people like me and your uncles. And
Have you tried the organic Reese's cups from Hershey's?
No.
Surprisingly disgusting. I was like, I didn't think there'd be that much of a difference.
That's more offensive to me than making the M&M less fuckable. Is making the Reese healthier.
Yeah, I mean, you can still buy the regular ones. I'm going back to the regular ones.
Yeah, you got to.
That's a direct response to that. They have that bougie Trader Joe's Reese's Cup. Have you ever had those?
I think I have.
Yeah,
Pretty good,
that's
right?
probably a direct response to. It's chalky. I don't like it.
Yeah, they're the same with
I'm not
the
a big
Reese's.
chocolate guy
Yeah.
either.
Well, that's what I did the keto diet for a while, and they had a lot of those like imitation Reese cups, and they're terrible.
Yeah.
Did you say chalky? Was that what you described it
chalky,
as?
Dry.
Chalky.
There's no
dry
juice
and
in
chalky.
It's not, you know.
Yeah, I
not
like a
enough
little.
grease.
I like a little juice in my chocolate. You know,
I don't know. If, grease isn't the attractive
little
word.
moisture.
Oil,
Yeah,
essential chocolate oils or whatever.
Yeah,
Peanut
I like-
oils.
it's not
like-
sweet enough.
exactly.
It's literally taking away the best part of the candy.
Yeah, when my saliva is what's combining with the chocolate to make it edible, it's a problem.
Ugh. I
Not
never
into it.
thought about your saliva before. It's bumming me
Now it's
out.
in your head, dude. I keep looking at that kombucha that Mike's got on the table, and my mouth's watering.
Well, we'll be they'll be sponsoring us soon. The podcast.
Oh, the local bodega. They make that in the back.
Hell no, dude. That's a
Synergy?
major. That's like the leader.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. I know what I'm talking about when it
All
comes to
right,
kombucha.
well,
I've been
you know
on.
what?
I was on top of the wave. That's how I knew I was in a safe neighborhood when I first moved to New York. I moved to Brooklyn and I seen like a old dirty bastard mural. I was like, uh-oh. And then then I walked in and I seen kombucha. I was like, all right, I'm good. I'm safe.
I don't even know what it is.
Kombucha or old dirty bastard?
Oh, I know ODB.
Okay, all right.
It's what is it?
It's just like a fermented tea beverage. It's kind of like a soda with less sugar, really.
I remember they originally sold it as like, oh, it's kind of fermented, so if you drink a lot of them, you can get drunk. That's how people would
You
be
can
like,
get an
"Let's do it."
alcoholic one if you wanted.
Really?
Yeah, they sell them at the store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like a brewed.
How much was that?
$3.99.
Wow.
Mm.
All right, the podcast is really
That's too much.
Hit a strong.
Yeah, we're
point
not getting paid for this
at this
advertisement.
point.
So
Yeah. Okay. We always do this. We tend to do this where we'll start kind of strong, we'll find a rhythm, and then we quickly start talking about kombucha and retelling stories, and there it goes. So, yeah.
I have something I'm nervous about is that there's the possibility that you both are going to get in my car after this, and I have a McDonald's bag in there, and I just feel like I'm a little embarrassed about it. And I know that everybody eats McDonald's, but I don't have an excuse.
just one bag though. That's not bad. It's when you get in and like the whole floor is covered.
Yeah,
in,
you kidding me? Mike's got McDonald's bags in his room.
Dude, I don't eat McDonald's. You know that. Get
but
out of here.
but I just ate it this morning, so I'm while I was driving, so I think my car might even smell a little bit
yeah.
like it, and I'm fucking bummed that I'm gonna because I don't even know Mike that well, and he's gonna be like, that fat fuck Ray dropped me off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Now
gonna think it.
my shirt smells like McDonald's. I don't even eat it. Jesus Christ!
I gotta get a shower after going in this
yeah.
fat bastard's Toyota Corolla.
Do you wanna come with us to? We're gonna go meet Adam and have some drinks.
Seems like such an inappropriate time to do that.
It's the high pressure Dylan technique. I love it. He gets you on. That's gonna be a
It's also
segment.
fun
We
for
get
our
him on the
listeners.
show.
Dude, for our listeners too, because the listeners are gonna be like,
do you have health insurance? Let me tell you all about this plan I got.
dude. I mean, let's be real. I know you don't got health insurance.
No, I did have a friend, like a guy that I knew from high school, show up. Yeah.
A friend.
Dude, he showed up. He tried to sell me life insurance, and then he came in with his briefcase. And I wasn't welcoming. He just like walked in with his briefcase, came in on the kitchen table, opened it up. There was one thing in the briefcase, a small bag this big of cocaine. He takes it out and just starts ripping coke lines. I'm like, dude, you got to get out of here. And goes. It was.
What was this before you were sober?
I was sober. I was doing comedy. I had my own apartment in Oak Square where I used to live.
In Massachusetts.
Yeah, I just remember that. I'm like, this kid's life is so big. Like, why the briefcase put it over the top?
Was it too big for the amount of cocaine that was in there?
Yeah, it was a huge briefcase with he had like a gram of coke with him. He just walked around. Imagine like if people knew his story, like he just walked around with a empty briefcase with 1 gram of cocaine and tries to sell insurance to people he knows.
It's like a blue collar guy going in for a loan. He's like, oh, I got to get a briefcase. I don't know. And he's just got an empty legal pad. And he's like, all right.
He's just going into the hood with a suit on and a briefcase, just trying to look inconspicuous when he's selling coke.
The guy, when I used to go to like court ordered AA, the guy who shows up in a suit with his with his briefcase is always the guy who denies he's an alcoholic, and he's always drinking. Like he's the biggest alcoholic. You can smell it on his breath. He's like, I'm not an alcoholic. He like tells his story. He's like, I ran over some kids. Like, I went through three backyards, and he's like, they pulled me out of the car and they accused me of being drunk. I'm like, dude, no one
didn't happen.
He's probably unemployed because he's got no one dresses like that anymore. Really, like
For
the 80s, like you know what I mean, like
AA.
the suit, the cheap suit, the shitty briefcase. Like, dude, what time period?
What are you, Steve Martin in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? Just
Probably trying to trick his wife or something that he has a job for like the last 20 years. He says, my buddy's dad used to do that, and he worked at Pizza Hut. So he used to dress up in his Pizza Hut uniform and get drunk on the local bus. And my friend was skipping school, and he came on. His dad was fucking blacked out on the bus in his Pizza Hut uniform, hiding from his mom. I remember hearing the story. I'm like, this is awful.
What's that guy doing now?
He was the guy who was blowing up ATM machines.
You told me about that guy.
He got out of jail, and then he rented a U-Haul, and he like painted it with like a roller, and he tried to sell it to someone as like in a Craigslist ad, and it was obviously the cops came.
He tried to just rented
that's
a
like
U-Haul?
role painting a cop car and trying to sell it as like a Corolla. You're like, oh, you want to buy this? You're like, dude, is this a cop car?
Still got the lights on top.
Wait, he didn't get it professionally painted?
No, you roll paint with rollers.
Right. Someone who is blowing up ATM machines. Do you think that they have the resources to have a U-Haul professionally painted in their schemes?
$5,000, I think, is what you get for one of those U-Hauls.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, someone say those criminals like that are the original DIYers.
Do-it-yourself criminals?
Yeah, do it yourself. Very handy. Very handy. So are you going to come and hang out with us after this pod?
Jesus.
They're not going to let me in. We all know that. It's going to be a big scene.
No, we're doing
No, it's
outdoors.
outdoor.
We're doing outdoor
maybe.
drinks.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Why did you have to go to court mandated AA?
Thank you.
I think it was for DUI at that time.
I had to do some of that.
Did you?
Yeah, my AA meeting I went to, I had to go to like 3 or 4 of them, something like that. And I'm sitting in this AA meeting, and it's one of the share ones where I have to share. I don't know if you had to do any of those.
Yeah.
The speaker ones are the shit because you could just sit in the back and kind of sleep or hide or judge
Those
them.
were so sad, though.
Those were real sad because it was always some dude
it's a
acting like
horror story.
he triumphed over something, and it was like, ugh, okay. But I'm sitting around, and it's like me and like 6 dudes and one girl, and we're sitting in the back of this church, this fancy like study room, and I'm noticing, I'm like, yo, first 2 dudes say something, I'm like, man, these guys sound gay. Right? Turns out I went to an all gay AA meeting. I didn't know. Like I hear how they're talking. Like 2 of them were like super like snapping out about being real anti-God, and not that I'm pro God or anti, whatever your listeners are.
Listen, it sounds like you made an
I'm
opinion
pro.
and you sit with it.
But I get home and I'm like, it was really strange that all those dudes were coincidentally gay. And then I see, I look at like the listing of the meetings, and it was like Pittsburgh's first ever gay friendly AA meeting. And then it got me thinking, like was that a problem in AA meetings where it's like, hey, you could be a drunk driver that killed a family at 12, but you better not suck a dick, because
Dude,
Well,
the only
usually,
place.
you know what it is. Usually, AA usually swing God. So the gay guys, apparently these guys, that was pissing them off. So they needed their own
12 steps.
I feel like the gay AA would be, their stories would also be like much wilder. Like their rock bottom is not the same as another guy's rock bottom.
well, another guy's rock bottom is what they do for fun.
Oh yeah, exactly.
A straight guy's rock bottom is
That's
what they
what
do
got
for
them
fun.
to quit forever. Actually, I know a lot of old timers. They're like, I woke up, and then they don't mention, they're like, that was it. Never again. Never drinking again.
I woke up next to a person, and that's all I want to talk about.
The guy popped open his briefcase. We split a gram of coke. Next thing I know, I'm sucking his dick.
Oh yeah.
That sounds like Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's first ever gay-friendly AA is
Gay
the
AA.
most Pittsburgh thing I've ever heard.
And I was in it, and it was.
Did you go back?
Yeah, I went back again because they were pretty easygoing. It just sucked that I had to share because I don't think I'm in it. Like, I'm like, hey, I'm just here because I got a DUI, and they're all either like, you're a fraud, or they're like, okay, dude, yeah, you're not an alcoholic.
Yeah.
They either don't believe you or they think you're a
Hold
fraud.
on. Did you wear a suit and bring a briefcase to this meeting?
I was the suit guy.
Were you the suit guy just denying that you were an alcoholic?
I told
I don't got
my
a problem. I don't got a problem. You got a problem.
I told my wife I was going to work.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Just getting drunk on the bus in your Pizza Hut uniform.
I used to go to the day AA in high school. That was another court order deal. And that's the one, because those people, some have been sober for a long time. You're like, dude, you still don't got a job. Like, they're going on with their story. I'm like, dude, that was 10 years ago. Dude, get a job. Like, it's not good enough.
I could tell you, I've never been to AA, but I have ordered AA.
What the hell is that?
When I worked in the courts, I used to like recommend it, and then the court would order.
I've never
it.
heard someone.
Not that I'm better than
This
both of
fucking
you
narc
guys,
over
but,
here.
like, you know.
Yeah, you're the guy.
Yeah, not that I'm better than both of you, but like, yeah, you know, I used to like recommend it and then make people go. Well, the judge would, but
Because I not only had to do AA, I don't know if you had to do this, Mike. I had to do a class.
Yeah.
And in the class, I did really well in it because I'm a good student. But then like a year later, I get real shit-faced and I like headlined a VFW show in Pittsburgh. And while I'm on stage, I figure out who this woman is, where I know her from. I'm like, where do I know you from? Where do I know you from? She put her head down because at several points during the set, I was like, I'm fucked up, you know? So I'm like, where do I know you from? She was like, I was the teacher in your AA class, your alcohol and driving safety class. And I'm like, oh. I was like, I did get a ride here, if that's any consolation.
I feel like she did a breach of contract there. She
yeah,
should've
that's a
just
little bit.
I think it's like the Illuminati. If they ask you that, you're supposed to turn your back and walk out of the room.
You think she did? That's
because it's anonymous.
I
think that you should call and report her and get her fired.
No, I had already
That's all.
graduated. I could have fucked her if I wanted to.
A teacher?
Right? It wasn't like she was my.
No, I'm saying like she was at a teacher at your school.
No, she was. I was like 25.
Dude, this is AA. What do you think we're talking about? Elementary school here?
Yeah. No. That's what I thought. But then you said a teacher. I was like, oh, is this a teacher in the class? Like,
Oh yeah.
You don't get it, dude.
You know what?
You were on the other side of the law.
Dude, also sometimes I talked about this with Mike last time. Sometimes I lose my train of thought, like for like 30 seconds, and it just happened there. But I'm focused now.
That's great, man.
Call that the old Joe Biden defense.
Wouldn't it be better if he was a little more honest about that instead of like just trying to go with the flow? If he was just like, hold on a second, dude,
My dad has the best theory ever.
about.
He thinks he's faking the whole thing. He goes, he's faking this whole thing, this whole play. He thinks he's playing dumb.
Dude, what do you think that the phone call is like between Putin and Joe Biden?
I don't think they don't really actually.
They just said they had a
Nah,
call.
they
What do you
just
think
text.
that call
It's
is
all.
like?
Putin's like a real smart guy, and I don't even know if he speaks English. Dude, they have Joe do like a handshake. It's like a over the phone handshake, like "oh hi," and then like the people.
They're like, all right,
Is that your Joe Biden impression?
yeah,
do it.
I don't.
Here you go.
It sounds like an old butthead.
Yeah.
And then they make him sit in the chair. They give him some ice cream, and the generals take over.
Yeah, he doesn't. He just reads. They just hand him a sheet in the morning, and like this is what he's got to do. He doesn't know. There's no way he knows, dude.
I don't know. I love your dad's theory that he's playing possum.
Yeah, he always thinks he's playing possum. I'm like, I mean, who knows? I don't think so. He seems pretty bad the whole time.
I like your dad though. I like somebody that's just real skeptical about everything.
Oh yeah, at this point, like, yeah, he doesn't buy any of it. I don't blame him really. And he has like a lot of ideas about. See tonight they got him pumped up. He's on the steroids tonight. When he used to do that run, he goes, "You see that run?"
God,
he goes,
dude.
"They got him juiced up."
Oh my God, that was wild. My family was like, look, how many drugs do they have him on right now?
Well, that's I remember during the debate they were like, "Oh, I think Trump's on this drug, Biden's on this drug." I'm like, "Wow."
Yeah, well, people claimed, that Trump is like a Adderall addict.
I mean,
I don't really know.
These are like 80-year-old men who are up there pretending to be 45-year-old men.
And also,
What's going on?
It is like it was directed by Scorsese.
Yeah, what is happening? He's like, yeah, they're using like the Irishman de-ager. What's happening? It's not.
And Biden was still threatening. I always bring this up. Threatening to fight people on the campaign trail. And if our media wasn't corrupt, like if you threatened to fight 3 constituents that were on your side, you disqualified. He threatened to fight 3 of them. One of them was like a push-up contest.
Oh, I think that's old school.
It is, but they were on his side. That shows like a bad temperament.
That seems
for
like
a
some
president.
Teddy Roosevelt shit.
That's like what I would do.
That's who you want on the phone with foreign dictators.
That's like the show Yellowstone. You know, did you ever see Yellowstone where Rip comes in? He's like, if you want to fight in a bunkhouse, you got to fight me. I think
Only one rule here: no fighting. If you want to fight, you come fight me. That's my rip.
Was that Forrest Gump?
No, listen, it's man.
Did you just put Forrest Gump in Yellowstone?
I should have had you bring your hat. You should have wore your hat for the pod.
I should have worn my cowboy hat.
He's got a cowboy hat. It's dope. It's authentic.
How many gallons?
What's up?
How many gallons? See, that's not a real cowboy.
10-gallon hat.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about.
10-gallon hat, dude.
It's probably a half gallon.
Probably half gallon.
Yeah, unless how tall are we?
It's not that heavy.
Let me tell you this.
Less than a gallon.
You're not putting a whole thing of milk in there. Maybe half thing of milk.
See, that'll be the new
whole
like
thing.
jackass side of our show. Now you gotta bring the hat. And we're gonna do the milk test.
Yeah.
You gotta pour a gallon of milk.
That actually is how every show ends. You drink a whole gallon of milk.
You can't do that.
That'll be the second I've done today.
Nobody can do that.
Do you want
It's
to drink? Do you want to drink?
Like an alcoholic beverage? Yeah, I would
got
love
some
one.
White Claws in the. Would that bother you, Mike?
No, I mean, why would it bother me?
I don't know.
Why-
Are you gonna stop the show or
No, I'm gonna just grab a little White Claw.
Yeah, go.
It's like 70 degrees in New York. We're gonna go day drink anyway.
It's 60 degrees.
Oh, it's almost 70.
I'm only going to have one because I got to drive. And just in case one of my fans who also happened to be my alcohol teacher is listening. I'm only having one White Claw. My BAC will be under the legal
Let's
limit.
not incriminate Ray on the thing. Like we're setting him up for another DUI.
I would love to.
Yo, Dylan just runs this fucking gotcha podcast where he's trying to get me to admit things. He's trying to get me another DUI. He's a fucking narc.
I'm going. Okay, well, dude. To be honest, I'm going on vacation in like 3 weeks. So I was supposed to start my strict diet today. I got a fridge filled with healthy food. I got a couple White Claws that need to be drank. So
You're going on vacation in 3 weeks?
Yeah,
What
right.
is this? What are you doing now?
What?
Like, what is it a vacation from?
That's a good question.
What is it a
From
vacation from?
From
Cold
dating.
weather, dude. The cold weather.
He's like, I've been on too many dates this month. I got to go on vacation to Miami for a while.
I'm going to Aruba with my family.
Wow, you need it.
I know.
Dude, you really need it. You need to relax.
Thank you. I mean, that's what I've been telling everybody. Nobody listens.
He just got back into the city today from eating pizza in Long Island for 3 days and hanging out and
It was
playing
my
with
birthday,
his family.
and none of you wished me happy birthday. So
I didn't even know it was your birthday.
I did.
You did. Ray
Hey, happy
did.
birthday.
Mike
Happy
didn't.
birthday.
Why are you looking at the camera? I'm sitting right next to you.
I think it's because I want credit from the world more
I
than you.
see what you do.
I'm like covering up. I'm like, but you didn't. How am I going to know it's your birthday? You didn't tell me.
I don't know. I thought we were, we've been friends and like.
You got to tell me, dude. I forgot my own birthday last year.
I don't know. To be fair, when was your birthday?
It's in July 21st. July 21st.
I know.
How the hell
Yeah.
did you? Oh, yeah, because like Artie does like forced birthday parties against my will.
Yeah, already.
He's like, dude, let's get together. I'm just like the anti-birthday. Like a surprise party for me is just an ambush. I hate it. It ruins my whole day. I'm one of those guys who doesn't react well. Like never gets over it. I just like leave.
I love a birthday party, dude.
Of course, it's right up your alley.
You
And
know,
that's great.
You know, Kerrigan's been through some shit when you're like, when's your birthday? July?
I think.
21st, maybe? I don't know.
You don't want that info out there with all these psychos.
Also, I would also like to wish Dylan Krasinski a very happy birthday.
Yes.
I would also like to wish Dylan Krasinski a very happy birthday. Do you want a drink? Let's do it.
Yeah, grab a
All right, me
drink.
and Ray we'll cover the dead air while you're.
We'll
over
cover
the
the
fridge.
dead air while Dylan's plotting another way to get me a citation or put
When
behind
Dylan
bars.
gets back, we'll ask him too. But how do you and Dylan? How did you guys get to know each other? Is it through comedy?
It is. It is.
Okay.
He when he lived in Boston, he came to Pittsburgh. That's why I always assumed that he was from Boston.
Yep.
But he came to Pittsburgh on a little tour with two other Boston comics.
Who were the other comics?
Luke and Gatlin.
Because I used to do Pittsburgh with was it Artie? Me and Artie used to do Pittsburgh there was a kid Alex.
Stapula?
Yes, he used to
Yes.
book us. We did the improv. We did every show one night in your town. There was
Cheers,
a big there was a big one. It was up in like a warehouse. Huge stage. It was an amazing show. I know it only lasted for maybe a couple years.
I forget. Unplanned comedy.
Something like
That's what
that.
it was called.
It was
We did that.
huge.
Yeah.
I
It
mean,
was fun.
That was the good show you did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh had at that time. It had that, and we walked to. There was like a strip on like Friday or Saturday, and it was dope shows. There was a lot. There was mad people from New York there. I met a guy who was the co-host of Jimmy Dore. He was on one of the shows that we were on.
Was it Ron Placone?
Yes, Ron was there, and I just remember the scene. I go, dude, Pittsburgh has a hot
You kinda-
scene at that
I
time.
wanted to move there. Like after I was like,
At
this
that
is
time,
a
it was
cooler
hot.
scene than Boston.
It had
was
like
awesome.
a year, maybe a full
That
year
must have been
span of just being white hot, and then
Yeah.
people started either leaving or things started getting shut down or bottlenecking or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because it was like everybody was like, oh, maybe I can make a hot show here. And then it was just oversaturation on a small town that if there is a Steelers preseason game, your show's going to be very not well attended.
That's a problem. That's the first thing I've had to eat today, other than coffee.
Wow, dude.
That's terrible.
Why?
I haven't eaten yet today.
Well, there's
Dude, I'm trying to lose weight. That's
I'm just
why.
kidding, dude. I ate McDonald's on my way
dude.
home, man.
I smell it on you.
Yeah, people always eat McDonald's. They say it makes them go to the bathroom. Dude, the problem with McDonald's for me is if I eat McDonald's, I don't go to the bathroom for like 3 days. It just like gets impact. I'm like, dude, what's in this stuff? It ruins my whole system.
Oh, I shit on impact.
See,
dude.
that's healthier. I want it out, but I'm like, dude, it's ruining my
I want it
microbacteria.
out.
It is immediate, dude. I crinkle out the wrapper and it's like, oh,
We're going to have to pull
I have
over.
to pull over. Yeah, dude, I did.
I like in that I'm only eating McDonald's in the car.
I know, dude. It's such a dangerous game. I'm really rolling the dice.
Lunatic is bringing McDonald's to their house and just like bringing it into their home. It gets on your sheets. It's a smell, dude.
Wait, do you eat it in bed?
No, but like you eat it in the living room. It permeates the whole, it's on the couch. You lay down a week later and you can smell it.
What do you think about somebody putting it on a plate?
I mean,
You're a piece
they
of shit.
also have people in the basement probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never thought even that never crossed my mind.
I've seen it
I could
happen.
see maybe like a paper plate, but like if you're bringing it out and putting it on china, silverware, like a glass plate, that's a problem.
Yeah, that'll piss me off.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, they serve them in disposable plates. You unwrap it, that's a plate.
The reason I brought it up is I saw it happen like 12 years ago, and I still think about it all the
Yeah,
time.
I would, I think that person should be in jail. Probably is in jail for unrelated crimes at this point.
No, they did some time for sure.
Crimes against humanity.
No, factually, they did some time. Yeah.
Actually, it was a friend, and it was a big deal, actually.
You probably put them away.
Oh, hopefully. If there's one thing I love, it's White Claw and justice.
Is that the slogan of the show?
Dude, yeah. It was going to be, before it was Sea Otter Town Hall, it was White Claws and justice. That's what it was.
How many DUIs you got under your belt, Mike?
I'd rather not discuss that.
Perfect. I love that. What a good answer.
All in Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Put your head into the mic.
Yeah, yeah.
I love Ray. I love Ray when
Yeah,
I
so
asked
long
that
ago.
question. He leaned his head
Dude,
back and stopped.
he's fucking.
So long ago though. But
I don't even have the headphones on, and I can tell that the sound is just echoing in the ether.
yeah, but I don't drink for the longest time, so it's not even a question.
But you don't drink, period.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah, I don't miss it either.
I went 40 days once.
Okay.
Pretty good.
When did you start drinking? What age?
Like 12 or 13.
Okay, same as me. Pretty early.
Yeah, that was.
Growing up in, is that like, because you grew up in Pittsburgh, big drinking town?
It's a big drinking town, but I also grew up in bars. Like I was in bars on a regular basis when I was like 5. Like hanging out. Like it would be to
Okay.
the point where I'd hop up on a bar stool, and there would be somebody that wasn't a regular there would be like, "Hey, kid, you're not allowed to sit there," and all the other patrons would be like, "Shut the fuck up, that's Raymond. He can sit here. He's good." You know. I wasn't like I always said I wasn't the coolest kid in the 3rd grade, but I was a regular in a bar by the time I was 8.
That's pretty good.
Because I would like rip shots with everybody. I mean, I wouldn't be doing liquor, but I'd like they'd fill it up with pop, and we'd all cheers and.
Oh, that's awful.
That's a
rip it
real
down.
good way to get kids into the habit.
Training them.
Who would you go with? Your dad?
My dad, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, because my dad, he worked at a lot of the bars, so he was either like their maintenance man, or he was a manager for a while. He was a bartender, but also in his free time, he was an alcoholic. So he was just always there. So that's where I would go to hang with him on the weekends. But I fucking loved it, dude. I'd play darts for free. I'd get to watch the poker machine while he went to pee. I'd get to, it's sounding sadder than it is.
No, I feel like I was thinking about how much like I've heard so many stories now about your dad that from jokes and like things that you said that I really want to meet your dad. But in my head, I was thinking that he'd either like really like me or like really hate me. He'd be like, Ray, who is this guy that you're bringing around?
No,
aura?
he'd like you. He's a fun guy. He's not like a mean dad.
I'm thinking that he's just like this guy who like I'm picturing someone who is fun, but similar to me. I either love most people, but there are some people I'm just like, no. Nah. Like 1 out of 20 people, I'm just like, that person's the worst, and I hate them.
No,
But I love everybody.
If you drink or smoke weed, my dad's probably gonna like you.
Okay, Mike, you smoke weed.
Well, he's now on to weed. He loves it.
Is he off the booze onto weed?
Lightened up on the booze pretty heavily.
Okay. Well, they used to use back in the day for like severe alcoholics. They used to use weed to get them off. They just put them on weed. This is like people, back before they had, I don't know what the treatment is now.
Is this back when they were prescribing heroin to housewives as well?
Oh, probably. But I think they were. I think it may have been liquid weed. I don't think it was smoking weed.
Okay, liquid weed, like just little drops.
Yeah.
Isn't that something they used to do? They used to just like prescribe heroin to like 1950s housewives.
No, you could order it.
Take a nap
You could order it in the Sears calendar. Like it was in cough medicine.
Really?
Heroin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could order. Originally, you could order this stuff called. It was like a mixture of, because you extract herb oil with like grain alcohol. So they used to sell, before weed was illegal, they used to sell this stuff. It was like basically liquor with THC in it. And I remember they did pull that even before weed was illegal. They're like, this stuff is just getting beat.
Yeah, that'll tear you up, dude.
Yeah, you don't even
That's
get
dangerous.
drunk. You just get immediately like just disoriented and you're like spinning.
Just
Just
instant
rip.
blackout.
It's like the first time when you're a kid, when you're drunk, and then you're like, even if you are a weed smoker, you've never mixed the two. You take bong hits, like it's usually not good. You don't.
I till this
function.
day can't mix them.
You get the spins, start puking,
Oh yeah.
and it's like the intensified spins. It's like violent.
You remember Four Locos?
Oh,
Like
the original?
the OGs, dude.
Batch one.
Oh, batch one, when they were like, I remember when they sold it, they were like, be careful. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be, I had them like in college for the first time. I think it was like my 21st birthday. No, younger, maybe freshman year we had them.
Do you know what used to fuck me up when I would get real drunk sometimes, and I didn't do it regularly, is dip. I would put a dip in when I was hammered, and that
Fall
would
asleep.
get me so fucked up. I'd pass out. I swallowed it one time,
Oh, dude. Oh, that'll
and
make you puke.
never threw up worse in my life.
I could never do them. Every time I put like a dip in, I would get nauseous immediately. I couldn't handle
It's
it.
foul.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gross.
And then if you actually do get like addicted to it and are doing it all the time, you just have the most disgusting trait, and you're a guy that would spit it in that kombucha bottle right there.
Oh, dude, that looking at the bottom of that bottle, it's like just brown liquid. Like that could very be, if that was in a college frat house, I would be like, that's spit.
Yeah, don't accidentally drink that.
Yeah. Oh God.
Are you guys following the crack pipe thing going on?
No, I keep seeing memes.
No, what
but
is it?
I don't know what it is.
It got backed off on because it got too much heat. So they were gonna. I seen the kits, like the pre-prepared kits. So it was along with needles. They were gonna sell safe smoking kits. They were investing like 30 mil. There was multiple assets.
Probably not a
to the
bad
thing.
idea.
Sending crack pipes to your door, is it not a bad idea?
I mean, then
I think you should be allowed to do crack if you want to do crack.
Yeah, but we don't need to provide the pipes. The
What do you want them to use?
Wait,
Dirty
who's
ones?
who's providing it?
The government.
Really?
I mean, I can't think of anything else.
They've pulled the pipes. They're doing the needles still, but they pulled the pipes because people were making too many memes about it. It's too funny.
Let me ask you this, Mike.
And they gave.
What else are they going to spend the money on? I mean, we have so much of it. Why not buy needles for everybody?
Who? The government?
Yeah.
See, this is the problem.
Wait, what's going on? I don't know. I don't even know the story.
You don't know the story?
No, dude, I don't. I just watch Netflix.
Yeah, they're doing
Me too.
safe. They're also providing safe spaces supposedly too. And I seen these guys go up in Harlem and like ran in, and they're like, "You don't have a vax card." They're like, "Yo, I need a vax card to smoke crack, dog." And they were so mad. And then there was crack smokers. They go, "Get him out! He's got a camera."
So they're doing like a
So you're not smoking it under the bridge and
No,
like
so the crack
ODing.
pipe
It's like-
thing has been removed from the bill. They're not going to do it, but it was just funny to see the government issued kit, and it was so neat.
Is it New York only?
No. This was,
Federally?
I think it was going to be federally.
So they're doing like a methadone clinic for crack. Is what,
yeah,
essentially.
basically. And I think they're just going to start selling crack again. That's when I seen it. They're like, dude, what about people who don't smoke crack? And they see it and they're like, well, this pipe is actually not as bad as I thought. This is.
I mean, listen, the government made so much money on crack in the 80s. Why not bring it
That's
on
what I'm
back?
saying. It's
Also, common misconception: a lot of rich people smoke crack.
now
Really?
I think it's more than ever.
Yeah, because it's pretty reasonably priced, and you get more bang for the buck even.
Dude, I had no idea how many people did cocaine until I went to law school. And I was like, oh, every single adult does cocaine. I was like, this is insane.
Yeah, it is wild. In New York was the first place I ever seen them doing coke like they do in the movies.
Yeah, just on the bathroom.
Where you see
marble.
like a guy, it's like 12 in the afternoon. He's like in a full business suit. He comes out, he's ripping, like talking about. I was like, dude, are you a real person? Like I seen a rich, like this rich kid, like dragged in like a high end prostitute to a comedy show, and he's like verbally abusing her. He's like, shut up, bitch. I just gave you a gram of coke, and she's like, starts making fun of his dick. He's like, shut up, you. And he like sat her down at I'm like, first of all, who hires a high end prostitute and brings her to the Grizzly Pear comedy show at 4 in the afternoon?
And also, what high-end prostitute has the nerve to make fun of your dick with the amount of money she's making?
Well, he was being real rude, and the host got involved, and the host was so funny. She was so clueless. She didn't know. She thought it was like a boyfriend-girlfriend thing, and he's just like, she goes, well, who is she to you? She goes, she's just some whore that I'm paying to bang me. And the girl didn't put it together. She's like, you don't talk like that to your girl. And she's like going on a girl rant. Yeah. And I think the other girl like spoke up. She's like, no, I'm... whatever, I don't care.
Things are fine.
Yeah, he's right. I am a whore.
This is an employer relationship.
Yeah, because I knew something was up when she walked in. I was standing on the thing, and she like did a lick lip to me, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, because he was rich. I'm like, so what is this lady? I knew something was going on.
Would you have, though?
Dude, I can't. What?
Pay her
$1,000?
No.
If she was like, this one's on the house.
No, I think she was probably that's probably some sort of scheme she uses in her,
What?
Get me to fight him later, and then she can get away from him. And I mean, I'm getting burned no matter what, dude.
No, I'm sure. I'm just saying, how attractive was this whore?
Yeah.
Oh, she was a very I don't call her a whore. That's just like her working name.
Oh, I do.
Yeah. Okay, you can. I just want people to know that's on.
I just meant woman in general.
Oh, okay.
In real life, her name is Ashley. Dude, I mean, geez, 2 weeks in a row, bro.
This thing doesn't turn off, dude.
I think that's false. I think you just don't know how to turn it off. I refuse to believe that the new iPhone does not go on silent.
Is that silent now?
Yeah, it is.
I don't know what the
now.
see that red kind of.
I'm actually glad that went off because I was just about to start saying some wild shit about whores, so it just interrupted me.
Yeah, her name's not whore, it's Ashley, but at work, that's what they call her. I don't know.
But it was a total New York type thing.
Yeah.
Like I never seen people doing coke like that much in Boston. So like early in the day and like recklessly, they come out with it all over the nose, like talking to you like about like business. Like, no man, shut up.
I love when somebody's doing coke like around you and they're going to the bathroom to do it and they're pretending. It's the worst acting job ever. They're pretending like they're not doing coke.
Oh God, dude.
Yeah,
like, yeah, that's crazy.
It's like you just got allergies.
Yeah, I gotta blow my nose.
But I have seen it. On the other hand, it was that same guy who blew up ATMs.
Can you give the quick story about what was happening with that?
What
the ATM guy? Yeah.
Well,
were you involved at all?
No, I was over here. But no, I don't want to get into that. That case is over. But I'll explain this. Like, you know how people are always discreet with coke? This guy had his own. He was kind of like one of those rebellious guys. His whole thing was open with coke and would scare the hell out of people on the street. Like, he'd be walking down the street, go, just walk up to people, go, bro, you want to do some coke? And they go, what? No, man, get the hell away from me. No, come here. And he'd always do it on a car. He'd be like, no, come with me. And he'd like try to lure him in and be doing coke off cars. Like one night he walked into like a local Italian.
Dude, is there anything more trashy?
Are you Italian?
No.
Are you Italian?
A little bit.
No, this isn't
I don't
bad.
mind,
No, but it was like,
because this fucking guinea, he comes over.
no, he walks into an Italian bar where
Yeah.
it's like real Italian still, and it's like a local bar. They do whatever they want. And he walked in.
Now you can't leave.
And he was face covered in coke. You know, they're not. It's like old like mob. They hate coke.
They
And he
hate
walks
crime,
in and they go,
yeah.
"Hey, dude, you got coke all over your face. Get the hell out of here." He goes, "Dude, I was eating powdered donuts." Like 12:30 at night. It was the funniest thing I'd ever heard. And he went outside and he did coke off cars.
Dude, there's nothing.
This dude is awesome.
He's one of the funniest guys I've ever seen in my life.
Is he still alive?
When he got out of jail, I contacted him. Dude, we were best buddies.
We should
when
have
we
him
were
on the
younger.
pod.
We'll definitely have him on the pod if I can get him out here. But he's
I'm in
disappeared.
prison again.
He got out and he disappeared. He told me
he doesn't seem like a real on the grid type of guy.
this is when I knew it was going wrong because he had a good job and he goes, "Dude, I need to make some money quick." I go, "Dude, don't even say that." But then I didn't hear from him.
Dude, what kind of car? I feel like it would have to depend. Like, if you're doing coke off of like a 1999 Honda Civic, I mean, that's not classy.
I'd never
It's gotta
seen
be
anyone
off of,
do
like
it.
a fresh painted Ferrari. That's the only time you could do it.
I don't think it's ever a good idea. What if that person comes out? They don't even know what you're doing, really. They're like, "Were you just sniffing my car, bro?" You're like a weird pervert.
I always wondered how that would go on like a first date. If you're sitting across from the girl and you just start pouring out some blow right on the little appetizer plate they give you, and she's just like, "Excuse me," you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want me to cut you one up?"
Dude, that's either going to go great.
Exactly.
That's going to be the start of an awesome relationship, or the date's going to be over.
I think it's all in the eyes. You can tell if her eyes go like boom when she sees it, you're in.
In a good way, like, are you sharing?
Yeah, no, yeah, her eyes will light up. You'll see her pupils like dilate if she's into it.
Just you mistaking her not into it though for her being mad that you're not sharing. You're like, where are my manners?
Oh my God, here.
Classic first date mess up.
Can we get 2 straws over here? Thank you. That'd be great. No, just 1 straw. Cut it in little pieces.
You know, I want to be kind to the sea turtles. Let's we'll just snip one in half.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Do you think we're going to war with Russia?
No, I think absolutely.
I
not.
think we won that years ago.
Well,
Not
no.
before.
I mean, listen. I was home yesterday. On Long Island, people, you have to watch Fox News all day. So it was on, and they seem convinced. But my question is, I think if we go to war, I'm signing up, dude. I'm not going to wait for the draft. I'm signing up.
Are you crazy?
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude, you're not making it through basic training.
You would
I gotta
be
honest
such
with
a
You don't think I
shit
would make it
soldier.
through basic? Dude, I would be a great soldier, dude. You know how smart I am?
Have you seen the dude? A guy just this guy's like life was army. He just died during the like training for the Marines. Just died. Heart gave in.
I definitely. I mean, listen. I think at 33, that's when American Sniper Chris Kyle joined the SEALs.
Yeah, but he was like a man.
Dude, I'm a man.
You're drinking a White Claw.
At 2:00 on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I would support that. I would even support. We'll do a GoFundMe where you just take the training. If you can get through the like.
Do you think if you get drafted, would you go or would you bail?
I'd bail, dude.
Wow.
I'm not fighting for.
You guys are so unpatriotic.
Well, I'm not gonna get drafted. I'm too old to get drafted, I think. But I've always known. For me, they were always gonna be like, no,
We don't want you.
No, they're gonna say no. That's fine. We've given you. You're going in anyway. I'll be like, dude, I'm 50. They're like, no, it's fine, because that's just the way it is with me. They're like, you're past the stretchability test or whatever.
And I'm also better off being a peacekeeper here. They need me in America.
Dude, you're going to be the one just cleaning up, hanging out with all the ladies all the men. It's like World War II when all the men were all fighting, and it's like the fucking 5 guys left in New York.
A Jody.
Cleaning it up, dude.
You never heard of that? A Jody?
Is that
I think
what it
that's what
was?
it's called. It's just the... I don't know if that's what the act is called or what the dude is called that just hammered all the troops' wives while they were away.
Man, someone's got to be here taking care of the homestead.
No, but I don't think we're gonna go to war with Russia. End of the story. I think it'll be resolved. But I feel like we should stay out of it as much as possible.
I mean, listen, if they just take over Ukraine and then China, what if China just straight up invades? Like they're just like, you know what, we're gonna invade South Korea and help North Korea get them. Just really flexing some muscle, dude.
I think we should go full America in any conflict, and that is sitting back and just filming it from afar.
I could say, I mean, I am happy, though, that we have a strong, powerful leader, someone who knows what's what and knows how to handle the situation in Joe Biden. Because I can't think of anyone better, honestly. You know, nobody stronger, nobody more brash, nobody, you know.
He is brash, though. I will give him brash. He like yells at. If you ask him, and if a reporter asks him anything, he's like, "Yeah, you're being a little fresh there." You just ask him like a straight-on question.
Dude, I could straight up see the press conference after he announces that we're going to war, being like, "What do you mean? I got my brass knuckles. I'm ready to fight. I dare you, Putin.
I like that you make him sound. You both make Joe Biden sound like the little guy mafia boss's lackey. Like he sounds like the little like, hey.
You know what I do? I do impressions of other people's impressions. So like Mike did that, and I just totally copied whatever his impression was.
I don't even do any impressions.
Do you have any good impressions?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm all impressions.
Dude, well, I've seen your comedy, and I know it's all impressions.
It is. It's all.
Dude, I mean.
I do a really good gay Romano.
Do it.
Deborah, I want a divorce. I'm gay. It's my gay Romano.
Take the kids.
Yeah, I couldn't stand that show.
Take the kids.
That show was not.
See,
I like Ray Romano. I don't like the show.
I didn't like it because Ray
Take
was
the
always
kids.
complaining, and then I'm
Okay.
like, dude, your wife is hotter than you. Shut up. Like, you're not cool. Like, you know how everyone was like, it was all about Ray? I'm like, dude, Ray's a loser. Ray's parents are wrong. The other brother's cool guy. What did they? They never showed him any respect.
Ray never wants to do anything. He just wants to sit on his couch. He just wants to be a guy,
Yeah, but his wife is so hot. That's what I mean. If you got a hot wife, you got to respect. Like your wife's better than you. You got to respect that.
Yeah, but that was the formula. It was
That's TV though, of course. They always got to make.
and he was at least thin. It was usually like some fat asshole with a hot wife.
like Kevin James did.
Yeah.
And it would King of Queens. It's like, who are you fighting with?
Yeah, what are you mad? You better fucking get a
Leah
better
Remini?
job.
Leah Remini? Okay.
Way out of his league.
Oh, before we found out she was a Scientologist and then escaped.
Still.
But like still.
I think that even adds to it for me.
She's a babe, dude.
Yeah,
I loved
she's
her.
obviously brainwashable. I mean, she was in Scientology.
There was never. How come there was never?
That's what Mike looks for in a
good
partner,
wife.
is someone who can be brainwashed.
How come there was never a show like a sitcom where Patrick Dempsey was with some like fat broad because she's funny and charming?
Yeah, and she's like real mean to him.
Well, who's
those, like, fat mean
she's always fucking up.
Yeah.
You know.
I love a fat, a mean woman. You know what I mean? The like over the line. mean.
Patrick Dempsey's just like, I just want to go to dinner and make you happy, and she's like, shut up! I want to drink with my friends.
Yeah.
The role reversal.
Why wasn't Roseanne with a hot dude? She had to also be with a fat man.
Well,
How
see,
dare
that's
you
why
speak
that was
about
the
him like
most
that.
realistic show on at that time ever. Because like it was really genuinely depressing. You looked on like this living room, you're like, you could smell it through the TV, like macaroni and cheese and cigarettes. Just
Hamburger Helper House.
yeah.
Oh,
Because when
dude.
they opened a restaurant, the restaurant had one item on it, and it was sloppy joes. Like that was like a real American dream. They're like, what do you because people like do what you love. They're like, I only like one thing to eat: sloppy Joe sandwiches. And the restaurant was all sloppy joes.
Well, yeah.
Is that
I mean,
on the show?
Yeah,
There was a
It
storyline
never-
on the show?
It never would have worked, and it did. That's what I loved about the show. Like the restaurant, I believe it like fails miserably. Like they lose everything.
the show was
you know?
great.
Yeah.
Roseanne's a great show. I just mean like that is one thing where you could totally see the double standard because there's never like I think that would be so funny to just see some dumpy funny chick with a smoking hot dude.
Okay.
But that doesn't
Who's that British girl who's in all those movies? Rebel Wilson.
Rebel Wilson.
You want to see a show with Patrick Dempsey and Rebel Wilson?
Yeah.
Where she's just like, shut up. I'm going out tonight. And he's like, I made us dinner.
Yeah, or where like they had to go out for their anniversary, and she's secretly trying to watch the Super Bowl with her friends. You know, and Patrick Dempsey's just like, I think she's coming back from the bathroom. She comes back with wing sauce on her face.
I was watching the series finale of The Bachelor. She's like, sorry, I got a pool.
Are you guys watching the Super Bowl?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, of course.
What do you got plans, Ray?
I'm a big Super Bowl guy.
What are you doing?
Oh, this fucking guy.
I keep asking Ray if he has plans, and
I
he
told
tells
you a
me
bunch
yes,
of
but
times.
he's
I'm going to
refusing.
my cousins for the
your
Super Bowl.
Your cousins.
You come with me to my Super Bowl party. I don't even know who's in it, but I'm still going to go to the party.
Where are you going?
Old Man Hustle.
Good.
And the fans, too. Oh, this won't be out in time, but it's going to be a ton of people there.
Listen. Do they have TVs there?
Dude, they got a huge projector.
Oh,
The whole club is going to be in.
That sounds fun.
They don't serve food.
There's going to be food.
Okay.
Ordering pizza and wings. It's going to be good.
Okay.
Well, there's that good wing place that we went to kind of near there.
Clara's, dude.
Clara's,
Clara's.
good wings.
It's in Boston. It's in Brooklyn somewhere. That's where I watched LeBron. When Luke was still living here, we went and watched LeBron in the finals beat the Heat in the bubble. It was awesome. Clara's wings, dude. It was awesome.
Who do you got in the Super Bowl? Who's winning?
Probably the Rams, but I don't really care. I think, honestly, I would like to see either team win. I think both have a good story. Burrow and the Bengals, underdogs, I like that. But also kind of Stafford, and a kind of young, good team in the Rams.
So what's your answer?
Either.
Oh,
Honestly,
either.
I don't care.
And who are they playing? The Rams?
Yeah, the Rams. I think the Rams will win, but I'll probably root for the Bengals once it starts. I'll probably root for whoever's kind of losing early.
Yeah, you're a big underdog guy, I feel like.
Yeah, I saw today. Did you see this? Someone was speculating that Tom Brady's not actually retiring, but he's trying to finagle his way over to the 49ers.
No.
I don't believe that.
He's retiring from the Bucks, and then, he goes over and he goes, that's where his whole family is, plays 1 or 2 seasons with them, and then actually retires. Because his whole life, he's talked about how he wants to play till 45, and he's 44, retires with the most touchdowns this season. Like, probably Rodgers wins the MVP, but, should have been Brady.
No, he did win the MVP.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. He won, but, you could have given it to Brady for sure. Easy.
Fuck Brady.
I mean, he's great, dude. Even as a Jets fan, him on the Bucs is so fun to watch. What are we? We're at 55 minutes.
Word up.
We usually start to wrap here, but like we're having fun. We're
This is deluxe. This is the deluxe Valentine's Day Super Bowl.
How you feeling, Ray? Are you having a good time?
I'm having a great time.
I'm having a good time, dude. I like this whole guest thing.
I'm so drunk off of that White Claw.
Are you?
No.
I'm a little tuned, dude.
But I did do a gram of coke in the bathroom right when I got here.
You got up?
Yeah, I'm all fired up.
Dude, I have a question. Okay, if you for $1 billion,
Yep.
would you let a family member die?
Yeah, 100%.
No.
Why?
What do you mean? Why, you soulless traitor of?
No, like
Oh, yeah, me either.
I mean, I love that. Hold on. So first of all, I mean, it could be any. I didn't even say immediate. It could be like an aunt or an uncle, like a long, distant.
No,
relative.
I'll go immediate because $1 billion. That's good money.
Who would it
so
be?
I'll give the people what they want.
Who would it be?
I don't know yet. I haven't thought.
You have to. You got to pick.
Can I interview them each before?
Yeah.
I'm gonna interview each family
Because
member.
you never know. Maybe someone would be like selfless and be like, "I'll go," so that you and
Oh, I couldn't do. My mom would do it.
that's so
My
sad.
mom would do it. She's such a sweetheart. She'd be like, "Fucking
It's a lot of selfless people.
kill me for the $1 million, or for the $1 billion,
Kill me
for the
yeah,
$1 million,
A
the
million.
$1 billion."
No, $1 billion. We're talking $1 billion.
Ray's already showed his hand that you can
Yeah.
chop him down to $1 million.
Yeah,
So
no.
$1 billion off the table.
It's like I thought you said 100,000.
All right.
Honestly.
How much cash do you have
$3,900.
in your wallet right now?
What's the lowest amount of money that you would sacrifice a family member for?
Dude, don't set him up like
I
this.
mean, now that you've already said $1 billion, we know.
His family's watching at home. Like,
I know.
See, I'm Ray, you were on a podcast.
For 50 grand, would you kill a homeless person with no repercussions?
No, dude. I wouldn't
Yeah, me
even,
neither.
I wouldn't even kill. I wouldn't even. For $1 billion, would I do it? No. That's
You
family,
wouldn't-
dude. No way, dude. I'm not.
I'm
Well,
against
not a
these
bad person.
ultimatum
Well, that's why you
questions.
motherfuckers is broke. You ain't out here for this money like me.
No, man. Like I like your conviction, but like some people are just they have souls and stuff.
Money over everything.
Hey, good luck spending that $1 billion in hell because they don't accept currency there.
Well,
They don't accept
whatever,
accept
dude. I'm gonna have a
US
lot of fun
currency.
here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Guess what? You're not coming on my fucking yacht, dude.
I mean, listen, no, I mean, it would be nice. About
You're not taking a ride on the dead mom.
That's what you're gonna call it, dude.
Oh.
That's what you'll call it. The dead mom.
No, it's not my mom. I'm not killing my mom.
Well, that's good.
Who would it be?
Man, that's tough. I don't want to answer it.
Ideally, a relative is like
It's
sick
tough.
and in like a hospital bed, and you're
I'll
like,
kill my
hey,
grandfather.
can we go like 2 days early. 2
Yeah.
days early. You don't have to kill them physically; they just like die.
See, then you're not earning your $1 billion.
Ray was
Who
ready
is
to,
this?
like,
Who is
fucking
this
hands
wealthy
on.
guy?
Ray's ready to do it with his own hands for $1 billion.
Well, because I'm very blue collar, and I believe in working for my money. So if somebody's offering me $1 billion, yeah, I'm gonna do the job myself.
In my mind, the question was like, it's just $1 billion and somebody dies in a relative,
Well, your question
Just
sucks, and
snaps, the
it's
universe,
never,
it
and that's
happens.
never gonna happen.
like a painless, just done.
But if I ever became a multi-billionaire, that would be the stuff I would do to get off.
Yeah, Ray's like, I'm gonna. Yes, that's it. Ray's like, yeah, I pick a family member and I do it in the most painful way possible. I break their femurs and then I strangle them. That's how it has to be for $1 billion.
He's like, I'll give you $1 billion to kill your grandfather. I'm like, all right, how long do I got to torture him first? Like, what? You psychopath?
Yeah, Ray's like, I break all their bones. I let them recover almost completely, and then I smother them with a pillow.
This is getting very violent here. Let's keep it moving.
Mike is getting uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Mike,
this is an
how many
uncomfortable-
family members have you murdered?
That makes Mike uncomfortable. Hypothetical murder and all of his stories about the coke
Can you
guy
tell the
off of
story
the
about
car.
the ATM? We've never heard that before.
What story?
The blowing up the ATMs.
Well, I didn't know about it until a buddy sent me like an LA Times or whatever like paperclip. The ATM bomber has been apprehended.
And it's your buddy?
Yeah, it was him, and yeah,
Was he just blowing them up and taking the money?
he wasn't. I don't know if he was even getting the money. I can't remember what was going on, and but forget about the ATM bombing. What I wanted to ask you guys: do you know who Hezbollah is?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know Hez?
No.
Hezbollah?
No.
The little guy who's like in Russia, he's like shorter and he fights.
No.
That's what I want to discuss. Should we really be pit fighting toddlers? Like, is that how violent we've gotten? I mean, we probably know where Ray sits on this.
Well, this is actually I've semi-pit fought as a kid.
Oh, no way. Now we're getting into it.
How do you think he earned his stool at the bar?
Good. Oh, yeah. I should have known. If you're hanging at a bar at 5 taking shots.
There was another 7-year-old there when Ray showed up. We had to fight him for the bar. Only one kid's seat there.
Fight for the respect.
When I was a kid, me and my brother were at my dad's house, and we were fighting like real bad. And my dad left, and he comes back, and he just throws this bag in the spare room. In the bag, there were boxing gloves. So he was like, "You guys got to figure this out. I don't want you really fighting. Use these boxing gloves." So we used the boxing gloves on each other. My brother's 5 years older than me. Kicked the shit out of me. So a couple weeks later, my dad had a few of his buddies come over, and one of them brought his 2 sons that were around me and my brother's age, and they bet on us fighting each other. They had matches, and I won.
You just did it in a room?
Yeah, just in the empty room in my dad's house.
You know what?
Or his apartment.
I want to meet your dad so bad. I stand.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get Ray's dad on the podcast.
Get Paul over here
in the future.
Think you would do the pod?
No, God no.
What if I got a bunch?
I'll get him fired up, like by prank calling him for a week.
He's already mad at me because I did. I was just driving today, and I call him on the phone, and I mentioned a story. I said, "Hey, I just told a story on my podcast about you. The story you told me." About this fight in a biker bar and how the guy used to ask you to hold his teeth. And then my dad's like, "Dude, you should not be telling that story. Don't you tell it." I was like, "Dude, it was in the fucking 70s. What do you think? You think the pagans listen to my podcast?
You think
what do you think's gonna happen?
The guy who's like, hold my teeth has a computer?
Do you think he's still alive at this point?
He was fighting on a weekly basis.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
He wasn't still alive.
Yeah.
And it's also, I was like, "Dad, if my podcast gets to a point where it's reaching the fucking pagan biker gang,
You're welcome.
I'll give you some money.
Yeah, you're welcome. We'll delete the episode."
I'll pay you back what I owe you."
Oh, God.
So yeah, he would claim he doesn't like being filmed.
Okay, that's fine. That, you know what? Well, just get him a little high, get him a little drunk, and
Oh, they don't have a field day.
I bet. They'll be like, "Oh, right, yeah. We used to, he remembers fighting. All the other stuff we used to do. Yeah, I mean, we used to send him out and steal shit." And
He'll deny a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a big denier.
Okay. Have you ever stolen something?
Yeah.
Like a heist? Like
No.
or like,
My life isn't a fucking Michael Bay movie.
you know.
What? I don't steal anymore.
I only do it for the rush.
When I was
Really?
when I was like a young kid, I got into it. There was like a phase.
That's a lady thing, dude. That's women like to do that. I mean, men too, maybe.
Oh, what did you commit a bitch crime, dude?
So, yeah, sometimes there was on Breaking Bad when she was going in, and ladies, they like to steal things for the rush, the adrenaline rush.
White ladies.
White ladies.
Were you into her?
Who?
Hank's wife?
No.
Breaking Bad?
Oh, dude, come on. Did you watch it, Breaking Bad?
Yeah, I got into it. My roommate was obsessed with it, so he got me in quarantine. I watched it. I found the whole thing very stressful. The show, I was very stressed.
Good show. It reminds Mike of his old days blowing up ATM machines. That's why.
No, but their lives were so bad. I think that's what, like every minute of it was just getting worse and worse.
Tell Ray about your sleeping situation right now.
What do you mean?
You sleep on the floor?
Yeah, it's for my back. It's I don't sleep on. I don't see what this has to do with the podcast, but if you want to know,
Mike's talking about
just a weird. Are we going to get in like foot care next? What's going on here?
No, Mike's told me a couple times that he doesn't sleep on his mattress anymore. He sleeps on a hardwood floor.
on hard floors.
Dylan, your motives sometimes, I never know what they are. I feel like you're trying to embarrass people or trying to trap people in.
Whoa, I'm just saying, I understand why you might not like Breaking Bad, because you're like, listen, I gotta watch Breaking Bad and then go sleep on my hardwood floor. It's not an ideal. It's not escapism.
See, I enjoy.
You know what I'm saying?
I enjoy the hardwood floor. You're never gonna make it in the Army with the attitude, your soft attitude.
Dude, I'm super hard. Dude, I'm hard right now. Are you kidding me?
All right, we're gonna have to edit that part of the podcast.
Also,
out.
He's not hard.
Yeah,
I can see it.
I'm a soft guy, dude.
Yeah.
All right, dude.
All right, that's the end of the podcast. That's how we ended every week on like some sort of like kind of like a weird argument.
A weird tense argument. No,
me looking at Dylan's crotch to make sure he's not actually hard.
No, I'm not. I'll stand up right now, but maybe in a few minutes.
Gene's gonna hide a bone.
Yeah, dude. How do you feel? Good?
Yeah, I feel good.
Want to end it there?
Yeah.
You want to wrap it? You got anything you want to say? Anything you want to plug? dude. Look right into the camera. There, or there. And, plug all your favorite things.
I will plug at Ray B Killing 'em on all social media and my new podcast, Brand New Jerks. Check it out.
Hell yeah, available everywhere.
Check it out. Mike T. Kerrigan on Instagram.com.
Instagram.com.
Dude, when I do get if I ever get endorsement deals.
No, you don't need the .com, Mike.
Well, I do now after I said it, but you know what it reminds me of? Have you ever seen them try to get Beetlejuice to repeat something from the Howard Stern show? They're like, no, Beetle, just say like that, and you go, I say what I say, you say what you say. I know what I'm saying, and they're like, no, just say this is the Howard Stern show. He goes, dude, I know it's the Howard Stern show. Let's say what I say.
Instagram.com.
He said it so honestly.
At Dylan Krasinski on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook.com. And YouTube.com.
Oh, .com.
Yeah, catch me at Old Man Hustle in Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Oh, my God.
Every week.
Dude. And Sea Otter Town Hall podcast every Thursday. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you later. Good night.
All right.